Okay, now we're starting video number 4, and that'll include problems 19 through 38. Here we go. Number 19, find the slope of each line. So all I did was count rise over run. There is a -3 rise and a +5 run. So your slope is -3 over 5. Number 20. There is a +5 rise and a +1 run. So your slope is 5 over 1. Number 21. Find the slope of the line through each pair of points. So we do y minus y on top. So 0 minus -17 is 0 plus 17. Then x minus x in the denominator. So 17 minus -5 is 17 plus 5. So that gives me a slope of 17 over 22. Number 22. Y minus y on top. So -11 minus 2 on the top. In the denominator is x minus x. So 16 minus 17. That gives us -13 over -1, which is +13 slope. Number 23, we're supposed to find the equation of the line. That means in y equals mx plus b form. Here's what we know. We know the slope is 3/4. We know it goes through the point -4, 1. So that is an x and a y value. This is an m value. You're missing your b value. So your first step is to find b by plugging in -1 for y equals m 3/4 times x -4 plus b. Alright, so let's solve this for b, and we get -1 equals -12 over 4 is -3 plus b. Add 3 to both sides of the equation and you get a b value of 2. So you're ready for your answer because you have m and you have b, and that's what you need for the equation of a line. So let's just plug those in. Y equals 3/4 x plus 2. There's the equation of the line. And number 24. This time you had to start out by finding the slope. You don't know the slope, you just know 2 points that the line goes through. So we do y minus y in the numerator, -1 plus 5, because it's minus -5, over x minus x in the denominator, 0 minus 1. Okay, that gives us a slope of 4 over -1, which is -4. Then your second step is to find b. You can plug in either x and y with the -4 slope. So I just chose the first x and y. So -5 is y equals, slope is -4, and x is 1 plus b. Now I'm going to solve this equation for b. So that's -5 equals -4 plus b. Add 4 to both sides, and -1 is your b value. Alright, you have m, -4, and b, -1. So the equation of the line is y equals -4x minus 1. Alright, 25. This time, you're given some x and y that the line goes through, and you know that it's parallel to this line. Well, parallel means use the same slope, so we're going to use a slope of 7 over 2. So now we need to find the b value. We plug in -2 for y equals 7 over 2 for m, -2 for x, plus b. So that's -2 equals -7 plus b. Add 7 to both sides and you get a b value of 5. So now we're ready to write the equation of this line. Y equals m, which is 7 over 2, times x plus b. There we go. And number 26. You have this x and y value, -5, -3, and you're going to use a slope of -2 over 5, because this time the equation that's related is perpendicular. That tells us to use the opposite reciprocal slope. So you take 5 over 2 and you use its opposite reciprocal. That's negative 2 over 5. So that's your m value. So once you have your m value, then you go and you find your b value. So I plug in negative 3 for y equals negative 2 over 5 for m minus 5 for x plus b. When I solve this equation, I get negative 3 equals negative 10 over 5, positive 10 over 5, which is 2, plus b. Okay, then you're going to subtract 2 from both sides, so you get b equals negative 5. All right, I have my m value, my b value. I'm ready to write the equation of the line. So the equation of the line is y equals negative 2 over 5 x minus 5. Just plugged in the m and the b. Okay, simplifying radicals now. 48. 16 is the perfect square that's in 48, so we break up 48 into 16 times 3. You can take the square root of 16, it's 4. You can't take the square root of 3 without getting a decimal, so we leave it underneath the square root sign. So you get 4 times the square root of 3. 28. 80 breaks up into 16 times 5. You can take the square root of 16, it's 4, so that comes outside of the square root. You cannot take the square root of 5, so it stays inside. So your answer is 4 times the square root of 5. All right, number 29. We have 45 is the only one of these that can break up. 45 breaks up into 9 times 5. So we have negative, that looks funny, sorry. Negative square root of 5 minus 2 square roots of 5 plus 2 times 3 times the square root of 5. Because we took the square root of 9, it came outside as 3. So all of these are square roots of 5. They can all be added and subtracted to each other. So we have a square root of 5 minus 2 square roots of 5 plus 6 square roots of 5. So negative 1 minus 2 is negative 3 plus 6 is positive 3. So you get 3 times the square root of 5 as your final answer. 30. 12 can be broken up into 3 times 4. 18 can be broken up into 9 times 2. 27 can be broken up into 9 times 3. So let's rewrite each of these. All right. So we have negative 2 on the outside still. That didn't change. We took the square root of 4. That's 2. So we have 2 times 2 on the outside. We cannot take the square root of 3 without getting decimals, so we're going to leave it as the square root of 3. Okay, then we have minus 3 still on the outside. We're going to take the square root of 9, so that's times 3. Leave 2 under the square root sign because it's messy decimals. Then we have a minus 3 on the outside. We can take the square root of 9, that is 3, but we leave 3 underneath the square root because that would give us a decimal. So that's negative 4 square roots of 3 minus 9 square roots of 2 minus 9 square roots of 3. The square root of 3's can be combined together, so that's negative 4 minus 9 square roots of 3 is a total of negative 13 square roots of 3. And then minus 9 square root of 2 can't be combined, so we just leave it separate. 31. 24 can be broken up into 4 times 6. 54 can be broken up into 9 times 6. And 20 can be broken up into 4 times 5. So let's take out all of those. 2 is still on the outside of the first term. But then we take out the square root of 4. And that's where we're getting this 2 from. 6 stays under the square root sign because it's a decimal. Okay, minus 2 times square root of 9 is 3. So that's how we got the 3 out. And 6 stays underneath the square root sign. Minus 2 comes from taking the square root of 4. 5 stays underneath the square root sign. So that gives us 4 square roots of 6 minus 6 square roots of 6 minus 2 square roots of 5. So the first two terms can be put together. 4 minus 6 is negative 2 square roots of 6. Minus 2 square roots of 5 cannot be combined, so it stays as it is. 32. 9 times 5 is what 45 breaks up into. So let's take care of that. Negative 3 was on the outside to begin with, times, we take the square root of 9, that gives us the 3, times the square root of 5. We can't take the square root of 5 without decimals, so we keep it in. And then the rest of it stays the same. So that's negative 9 square roots of 5, plus 2 square roots of 3, plus 3 square roots of 3. The last two terms can be put together. The last two terms, let's see, we get negative 9 square root of 5 plus 2 square root of 3 and 3 square root of 3 is plus 5 square roots of 3. I'm going to stop this video here and we'll pick up with number 33 on the next video.